Yo everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So I am very excited to announce that my beloved friend Selena, Miss Beauty Addict as you guys know her off of YouTube, has launched her own makeup line, and she has decided to start off the launch of her makeup line by launching some highlighters. I mean, who doesn't like highlighters? I think it's a really good thing to start off with something like either highlighters or liquid lipsticks, because those are the things that people tend to gravitate more towards, I guess, and it's always a good way to kind of test out your market as well. So the highlighters that she has launched are called Solar Glows, and as she has sent me her press release, very fancy, I'm just going to read it for you quickly. They are finely milled loose powder highlighters, giving you the choice of a natural or intense glow. Now, I have already given her my feedback because this is something I know that she's been working on for, the best part of a year, to be honest. I mean, these kind of things don't happen overnight, and she's worked really, really hard, and I've given her my feedback, and we've talked about things as well. And Selena's very good in that she understands that from a marketing point of view, because I am a marketing manager. I have got over 12 years of experience. I've given her little bits of advice here or there, which she has listened to and taken on board, and I'm really, really happy and really proud of her that she's done something like this. Anybody launching their own brand, their own makeup line, their own shop, there's an element of being scared and being really, really brave to do something like that. So Selena, well done. You've done an amazing, amazing job. So altogether there are 5 shades altogether. So I'm just going to quickly show them to you. I just wanted to say that I already told her that she already knows I was going to do a review on it, and she's not paying me to do this. She's not asked me to do this. These are my own personal thoughts and my own views on the product. So they come in a container like this. So you can see it's a plastic container with the details on the back. And then, because I have obviously used all of these, open it up. Oh, and there is a sifter inside which lets out the product. Now, one thing I do have to say is they are very messy. I've already dropped it on my clothes and I didn't even do anything other than just open it. Now, I think maybe the only criticism I would have is that maybe the actual sifter holes need to be smaller, because I've only used this once and look at the amount of product that has fallen out. So it will be a little bit difficult to actually not make a mess and not waste anything. So maybe when Selena launches launches more of these and looks into the packaging a little bit more, that maybe the sifter holes could be made slightly smaller so that less product comes out. So this one is like this, but what I have been doing is, because so much product comes out like that, when it's closed I tip it over and I use the product from the lid instead, because there is less product in here. You're less likely to waste, because obviously you tap off the brush before you use it, and that way you're able to kind of control the amount of intensity and shine that appears on your face. So as with all highlighters, you can use them on your cheekbones, on your cupid's bow, on your nose, on your eyes. You can use these wet and you can use them dry depending on what the intensity you want. Now, straight off, these are so intense. They are like metallic intense. You have to go in with such a light hand that if you don't, God be with you. They're also vegan and cruelty free. Each Solar Glow is £14, or you can buy the entire bundle with all 5 for £50. And one of them, called Nure, she has written, for every single one sold, 100% of the profits will be donated to help fund water pumps or wells in developing countries, which I think is such a lovely and sweet thing to do, considering that she's only just started off. And let's be honest, when it comes to business, it's all about profit, especially when you're new. To donate the entire proceeds of one of the products to a charity is a very admirable thing to do. So let's go through all of these one by one, and I'll give you my thoughts on what I think of them, because I have tried all 5. The first one we'll start off with is called Dawn, and that's actually the one that I'm wearing right now. Look at how intense it is. Can you see that? Really, really intense. I'm wearing it here, Cupid's bow, on my nose as well. It is really, really intense. Now, it's described as a soft peach with gold undertones, suitable for all skin tones. I would definitely agree. I would say that this one is one of my favourite ones, just purely because it's so wearable in terms of for all skin tones, and When you actually look at it, it looks orange. It looks orange. But when you apply it to your face, it's definitely a very strong and intense peachy golden sort of shade. Now I am going to do a quick brush swatch first, just so that you can see how intense it is with just with using the brush, and then I will show you finger swatches as well. So I'm just going to dip it in here. Because it is a powder, there is a bit of fallout, which is why I would suggest definitely taking it out of the lid so that you don't end up wasting. Now I have gone in quite heavily, just so that you guys can see for yourselves. See how intense that is? And then there is a finger swatch of it, showing it a lot more intense, because obviously I've used my finger rather than a brush. So that is just to give you an idea of how these work. They are really, really, really intense. Like probably one of the most intense highlighters I have, to be fair. Does it emphasize pores? Obviously you're going to be asking your textured skinned friend. Yes, it does. So it's up to you whether it bothers you so much, because obviously with somebody with textured skin, it actually does emphasize my texture a lot more than a normal highlighter would. But then that, I suppose, also goes hand in hand with how intense these actually are. And it's up to you. If you are the kind of person who the texture on your skin bothers you a lot, then you can still get it, but just go in with a really, really light hand and then buff it out with a brush. Fan brushes I find to be the best to use with these kind of things. Anything more dense, you're going to accidentally pick up more product and you're going to have intense areas. I find these very soft and very easy to blend. However, because they are powder and they're not pressed powder, they really stick to the skin, and then you have to really work to buff it all out. So if you have got textured skin and it bothers you a lot, definitely make sure that you go in with a very, very light hand. If you're like me and you don't worry so much about that kind of thing, just go all out and just have fun with it. This next shade is called Dusk, and it's described as a soft, warm bronze suitable for medium to deep skin tones. And this is how it looks. And this is Dusk. I've applied it next to Dawn just so that you can see a comparison. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous highlighter. This next shade is called Sunrise, and it's described as a soft bronze with rose gold undertones, which is suitable for medium to deep skin tones. It looks like this. And again, look how beautiful that is. The description is perfect. These three, in all honesty, are my favorite ones out of all 5 of them. These are the ones that I find work amazingly on medium skin tones, in particular if you are my skin tone. I am in MAC and NC40, and I have got very yellow undertones, and I'm actually quite pale. There are certain shades when it comes to highlighters that don't always work very well with me, but these ones definitely cover off all areas in terms of peach, goldy colours, and then rosy gold kind of colours. This next shade is called Sunset, which is described as a dusty rose with warm undertones and suitable for medium to deep skin tones. And this is how it looks. This one is also beautiful. It's like a beautiful pale kind of rosy pink. Well, that's how it's described, right? It's a rose gold sort of shade, a dusty rose sort of shade, and it's absolutely gorgeous, and again will work well with medium to deep skin tones. And then the last one that I've already mentioned to you is called Nure, which is a soft nude silver, and it's best suited from fair to medium skin tones. And it looks like this, and here it is on the end. Now, in all honesty, and I have mentioned this to Selena, this is my least favourite shade. And I say that because when I applied it, it almost looked kind of grey on my skin tone. It doesn't work well with me. I've got very yellow undertones. Now, if you are fair skinned, because this is more towards people who've got fair to medium skin, it doesn't work on my medium skin personally, and I don't think it would work very well on people who are my skin tone and slightly darker but still sitting within that medium skin toned category. It would definitely work well with you if you've got very cool undertones to your skin. If you're very fair and you've got bluish pinkish undertones, I think it will work better for you. But for me, it just did not work. It didn't sit well on my skin. If you watched my video, which I'm sure you have, of the video called I Hate My Skin, I'm actually wearing it in that video, and I was watching it and I was like, yeah, that highlight just does not suit me. I've actually used this on my lid and it looks amazing on my eyes. It just does not work well on my actual face. So that's just something to bear in mind, that out of 5 of these, 4 of these work beautifully on me and 1 doesn't. But then again, I'm not fair and I'm not medium and I'm not dark. I'm just 1 out of all of those, and even in the medium skin tone category, I am sectioned into 1 little area. But overall, I'm really happy with these. I think that these are amazing. I think the only negative thing that I have to say is just in terms of the size of the sifter holes. They're slightly too big. They should be a little bit smaller because it becomes messy as a result of those holes. It's not because of anything else. So I have already, again, dropped on my leg. But I think that's it really. So Selena, you've done an amazing, amazing job. I will link the link to her website below for you guys. Please feel free to check them out, give her feedback. She does take it on board, is very, very willing to listen to any feedback you have, any suggestions that you may have for maybe future lines, future highlighters, that sort of thing. And you know what, I'll be honest with you, this is the first time I've ever actually used loose powder highlighters. You know I don't like cream ones. I prefer pressed powder, but I've never really actually tried it, and I'm genuinely really impressed, and I'm actually shocked at how intense they are. They are really, really intense and metallic. I would definitely not say that they're glittery. I would definitely call them metallic because I don't detect any actual glitter. It's more of a very strong metallic shine, as you guys can see here. So that's it for my review and swatches of Miss Beauty Adikt's Solar Glow highlighters with their fabulous names, which are there to reflect the different types of, was it the sunset, Selena? I can't remember now. Something to do with the sun. I'm so useless. So yeah, so what else can I say? On my lips, I'm wearing Huda Beauty's Jet Setter from the new summer collection. Don't like it. It's okay. And I will see you all in the next video.